So this is kind of a special video because to my knowledge, to the best of my ability of researching and searching, this will be the very first and only currently video in the history of YouTube that focuses on this card, which is the T80 series. The T80 series were tobacco cards that were produced in 1910, 1911, and for distribution in American Tobacco Company, ATC, products of that era. There were 5 different cigarette brands that ATC used these in, and today we're going to get a really quick overview of the 5 different brands. So the T80 designation comes from a collector named Jefferson Burdick, who was a collector in the early to mid 1900s and who came up with a catalog system in order to catalog and describe different non-sport and sport cards. One of the most famous ones, of course, is the T206 with Honus Wagner. Even if you're not a card collector, you've probably heard of that. But it also extended into many, many different non-sport type cards, which featured actresses, animals, airplanes, cars, soldiers. These are fictitious soldiers, and this set has beautiful color lithography, and it depicts soldiers in different states of uniforms from different countries around the world. There are many different countries represented in this collection. There are 50 total different cards, and each of those cards has 5 different backs. So by quick calculations, there's 250 possible combinations of cards if you wanted to collect every single one. So that's my goal. So we'll see how that works out. I've been collecting it for only a couple years now, but let's give you a quick rundown on what these look like. So they're relatively small, and like I said, they were included in packs of cigarettes. A lot of people had the misconception that these were included in packs of cigarettes as stiffeners in order to make the packs more rigid and less likely to damage the contents, but that's just not true, because the packages of cigarettes that these came in were clamshell, basically little hard cardboard boxes that would not have had any benefit at all to having a relatively thin piece of paper inserted. So these were just premiums in order to maybe entice you to buy their product rather than somebody else's product. So we have this guy here, and this one has a Tolstoy reverse. You can see military series, assorted subjects, Tolstoy, which is the brand of the cigarette, Russian mouthpiece cigarettes. And then on the bottom here, if you could read that right there, it'll give you a factory number, a district in New York. And that is where the cigarette company was located. These were all printed by American Lithography, which was a printing company. So the cigarette companies obviously did not print these. They commissioned them to be printed by a company called American Lithography, which was based in New York. And they did all the printing for these cards and the Honus Wagner cards and many others. So the factory number refers to where the cigarettes were packaged, where this card was actually inserted and then sent out for distribution. So this is a Tolstoy. What do we have next here? And you can see the beautiful colors, very vibrant, beautiful imagery, artistry. I love the ornate borders. You get the gold flake. I mean, just absolutely stunningly beautifully visual cards. We turn to the back of this one. This one is Lennox. Again, this is one of the brands, Lennox, mouthpiece cigarettes, military series, assorted subjects. And these are in just, fair, to good condition. And that's, when I say good, I don't mean like, nice or good, good as a actual condition. It's a little bit above fair. These are acceptable for me. I'm not a fan. You don't really have much choice when you're collecting things this old, and the survival rates of these things are very, very low. So, again, there's certain cards in the set that you are maybe going to see one of them in your entire life, and that's not exaggeration. So this guy here's a perfect example. This is an Uzit. This is one of the more tough cards to find, and Uzit is the cigarette brand. But a card like this, I mean, in the course of your entire life, and I'm not joking, you might see 4 or 5 of these, probably less. And I'm talking in person, you might not ever see one of these in person, this particular soldier with that particular back. So you got to pick them up when they come along. We got this guy here. Let's take a look at him. This one's a little bit worse condition. It's got some dirt and grime and stuff, like, but it gives it character. It's got a little bit of paper loss and whatnot. And on the back, this is a Cairo monopole. Again, this is a very difficult card to find, so you have to take it where you get it. And then the last one here, the 5. Beautiful front. Bold colors. It's so beautiful. I mean, I don't know how it's showing up on the video here, but in person, they're just gorgeous cards. And this one is an old mill. So again, extremely, extremely difficult to find an old mill of any of the soldiers. But, you know, try to find this particular soldier with that particular back, it becomes just a nightmare. You just have to get lucky and snap them up when you can. So, again, this is the first of hopefully many videos. I've got quite a large collection, and I look forward to, if, you know, I get some good feedback from this video, I look forward to maybe cataloging and showing you the bulk of my collection. So, thanks for watching, guys. Take care.